Good morning, Diva Nation, WRJRians. It's your girl, Miss Diva, the Queen of Hearts. And happy Friday, I think. I have so lost track of my days, it's not even funny, but I think it is Friday. Yeah. Okay, got two for you, of course. Neither one wanted to divulge where they were writing from, and based on what they're asking about, I can't say I blame them. The first one is from a young lady who wrote in saying that I have a sneaking suspicion that the guy I've been dating for the last year is married. And I asked her why she felt that way. She said that he's flaky. Good morning, Ray. He's a little on the flaky side. Can't really plan anything, which she took to be spontaneity, which she really liked at first, but she realized that they really couldn't plan things, and several other things. Well, I think, honestly, if you think the man is married, you need to talk to him. If it's just suspicion, hey Natalie, good morning. I would certainly wonder what's creating that suspicion, because I know a lot of spontaneous guys. I like spontaneity. Doesn't necessarily mean they're married. But just based on some of the examples that you gave me, I wouldn't jump to married so much as to possibly not comfortable with commitment, without divulging too much of your business. There's, some signs of a person, because, married women cheat too, that someone's married. Can you call him at any time of the day or night? Can you come to his house any time of the day or night? Hey, Ruth, good morning. Can you, do you have his home address? Do you have his home phone number? I know a lot of people don't have home phones nowadays, but if you're calling him and he doesn't answer, he always has to call you back, or if you say, well, I'm going to drop by, oh, no, it's not a good time. He's either married or he's got another woman. So look for stuff like that. Don't just automatically assume the guy is married because he's spontaneous. That's not the only earmark of a married man. And like I said, the examples that you gave me sounds more like a man that's afraid to be in a committed relationship. You mentioned you'd been dating for a while. Does that mean you're in a relationship or you're just going out? That said, I had a discussion a while back with Doug about relationship versus dating. I'm that girl that has a distinct definition of both. If I'm dating you, we go out once in a while. It may be even on a regular basis. We go out. But that's all it is. There is no intimacy involved in that as far as what I would do in a relationship. A relationship to me and dating are two different things. So that's why I'm asking this the way I'm asking, because a lot of times, guys or people will date and, they're just trying to test the waters. You're not the only person they're seeing. They're seeing 5, 6, 7 other people. So you want to be careful about that. But yeah, if you think the guy is married, yeah, you're going to have to talk to him. Confronting or talking to him is not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, you do need to know if this man is truly free or if he's playing games with you, because nobody wants to be played with. I actually worked with someone that exclusively dated married men. Hey, Lily. And, she saw no problem with it. Of course, I did, being married at the time. And I asked her one day, so if your husband decided, he would go mess around with some other woman, you'd be okay with that? And the reason I asked her that is because her response to why are you messing with married men was, well, it's not my marriage. They're the ones messing up. It's not my marriage. So I asked her that question one day, and she said no, it wouldn't be okay. And so I'm like, okay, so why is it okay for you to mess with somebody else's husband? She didn't have an answer for that. Now she's with, now she is married, and her husband is messing around on her. So be careful what you do out there, because sometimes you reap those rewards that you really don't want. And the second young man actually writes at saying that, again, he didn't want me to tell where he was writing from, but he's been with his girlfriend for a few years now. He didn't tell me why he feels this way, but he feels like it's time to break up. He says he loves her, tells her he loves her, honestly feels like he loves her, but something in him makes him not want to continue the relationship. Digging a little deeper, he was saying that he had hurt her. And when I asked how, he said he had cheated on her. He had done some other things to her, but she still forgave him. But he feels like, now he's trying to get away from one of the women he cheated on her with, but is unable to do it. Yeah, it was a little convoluted. Unable to do it right now, so he feels like it's best to break up with this one. Um, you could have asked that on the video. So, yeah, he feels like he should break up with this one. And I'm sitting here like, you need some help. You need therapy. I know. Okay, I'm getting messages in my inbox. Yeah, I am swollen. I don't know if that has to do with my thyroid acting up, or my having like the worst headache friggin' ever. But yeah, I noticed it too. I'm not really sure why that is. So thanks for the concern. I do have to have a doctor appointment this morning. I know my eyes are kind of swollen too, which is part of the reason I've got my glasses on. Even my hands are swollen. Guess I'm retaining fluid because I don't have enough going on. And Faith is saying, we forget we are our sister's keeper. Either we are or we are not. Either we date or in a relationship or not. Yeah. We are our sister's keepers, and you men, we are our brother's keepers. I take that very seriously. I had said in a previous video, God, my head hurts, that I refuse to be the catalyst to another woman's pain. And what I meant by that is there's a lot of us out here that know that that man is taken, that man is married or whatever, and we still chase him. Good morning, Al. That's not okay. You wouldn't want that done to you, so why would you do that to another woman? And yeah, the reason that even came up is because somebody I know is really going through a hard time, and it just made me think about how we as women treat each other, or how we treat each other, how we treat men. Hey, Sharina. Or how men treat us, or how disrespectful we are as a species towards each other or the opposite sex. So that's what that conversation was born of. Actually posted it on my wall, and yeah, I got people in my inbox. What did that man do to you? Okay, everything I write about or talk about doesn't have to do with my relationship. These are things that I think about sometimes. And I had a conversation with someone very close to me, a young lady, and these things just came to mind. It's like, I gotta say something about this because it's driving me crazy. But as far as Mr. Breaking up is hard to do, honestly, you need to find you a backbone, man up, and break up with all of them. Because clearly you don't know who or what the heck you want. I'm sorry, that just kind of makes me mad because it feels like you're using all of them. You're getting temporary love in all these different places as opposed to trying to find permanent love in one place. Let me tell you something. We as human beings, God put us down here, one man, one woman, period. Um, you seem to have your mindset and principles rooted in the Old Testament. Well, honey, let me tell you something. When Jesus came down here and died for us, everything from the Old Testament became of old. You're supposed to be following what's going on in the New Testament. And fooling around with all these women, you're going to end up with a disease. You're going to spread a disease, or you're going to hurt the wrong one and get more than your feelings hurt. So I would suggest you be honest with the one you claim you're in a relationship with. And I hope she leaves you. And then leave these other ones alone too. That's not fair. Nobody wants to be used. Nobody wants to be a doormat. And no woman wants to be a cum receptacle. Cut it out. It's men like you that drive me nuts because there are good men out here, but you make them look bad. I have been through so much with men. If I encountered one like you, that would probably be it for me. I would either just be alone the rest of my life, or I would go lesbian. I wouldn't deal with a man like you because men like you aren't men, you're little boys. So man up, tell her what's going on, deal with your issues, because a lot of times when men do this, it's something deep women too, something deep seated in them that they need to prove something. It's just like the ones that use let me see, how can I put this? They're trying to prove a point to themselves. So they'll sleep with anybody that'll let them to prove that they've got game, or a woman proves that she's sexy, or, okay, Faith says, I call them grown ass boys. I call them little, they're not even grown in my opinion. That's how little kids act. That's how teenagers act. Or rabbits. That's not how grown men and women are supposed to act. But that's what this guy is reminding me of. So I hope you get some help. And then a lot, I've also encountered some men that do this because they really don't like women. This came up in a conversation I had a few months ago as well. And I was actually talking to a guy that's a serial hoe, for lack of a better way of putting it. He's like, and I'm surprised he even told me this, I really don't care for women. You guys are here for me to get myself off of, and that's it. I don't like y'all. That's why I do certain things with these women when we're doing our thing. Get you some help. So anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to answer these inbox questions. I see you up there, lady. And I'll be back on the air tonight with Love Unlimited Live from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. out east, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. out west. And then that's Friday and Saturday. And then back Sunday for the old school cool down from 5 to 8 out east, 2 to 5 out west. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, doesn't even have to be your issue. Excuse me. I'm trying to. They really need to figure this out because it's just getting to a point where I don't feel like myself. I know something is wrong. And they need to fix it. So I'll be on the air this weekend. And if there's anything, like I said, you want to talk about, you got questions you want to ask, feel free to hit my inbox. If it's something that you want to keep strictly anonymous, hit my personal inbox. If you want to hit the WRJR's Miss Diva page, that's fine too. But just know that there's a moderator, so I'm not the only one that sees these. Um, Thank you, Ray and Sharina. I have to give y'all a shout out. Let me know when you're tuned in, and I'll give y'all a shout out. And these will also be on our YouTube. I could never say that word. YouTube channel. We're starting to put these on there, as well as that Q&A I did that actually got all of this started. That's already on the YouTube channel, so you guys can check that out. These will also be posted on the WRJR's Miss Diva page, and they are public as well. So if y'all want to talk about something, like I said, doesn't even need to be your issue, just something you want to talk about and want another perspective or other perspectives. Because one thing I like about this is that everybody chimes in. So like yesterday's was really fun, because there's sometimes when I can give my perspective and somebody else will say something that'll trigger something else. So it's good. It's kind of like group therapy in a sense. Um, and for the person in my inbox saying that I don't really have the right to be giving advice, it's not that I'm giving advice. People are asking me my opinion on things, and that's what I'm giving you. So I will talk to you guys later. I'll let y'all know what happens with the doctor. Be blessed.